I'd like to say good morning. Thanks all of you for joining us on our KFM. Like I said, we're going to be hosting the next 30 minutes the Executive Director for Women Empowerment Forum Liberia. She's in our studio already, and we're live on Nimba D-9 TV. By way of the Facebook, you are also asked to follow. Madam, good morning and welcome to Radio Kergarmah.
Good morning. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. So, thank you so much for coming to our studio here this morning. Can you maybe, for better and proper introduction, the public is concerned maybe to say, but let the woman talk for herself.
Okay, good morning again to the people of Nimba, to the people of Ganta City. My name is Kiekpo. I'm the Executive Director, the founder of Women Empowerment Forum. Women Empowerment Forum is a non-for-profit institution that focuses on the rights of women and children, the rights of young girls. We also focus on a very special topic about the stigma that relates to menstrual hygiene that cause women not to speak out on their rights. For now, we have 2 programs that we are operating on. We'll be speaking on one of those programs, but I would like to talk a little bit about the one we have carried on for nearly 4 years now. It's a 12-year program called the Rural Girls Educational Empowerment. Under this program, we recruit girls from the rural community. For now, we are located in District 9, Nimba County. And to be precise, the Kiekpo, Fuipa, and Kai. These are the 3 towns or communities that we work in. In this community, we recruit girls on the basis of need and on the basis of merit. Merit and need, when I say, some girls, they live in the rural community, they are very smart, but they do not have the support. And there are people there, they are not very smart, but they have the desire to go to school, but they also do not have the support. In order to obey the Sustainable Development Goal, to reduce poverty and to promote quality education, we decided to sponsor the girls into school, provide them with leadership ability, because we believe in women political participation. So for the women of Liberia to understand that they have a part to play alongside with men, we believe at Women Empowerment Forum to start with the girls at a young age, no matter where they are. So under this program, we teach them leadership. We have programs where we are supposed to be doing some life skill training. We already bought our machines and things. So by the grace of God, we tell God thank you this year. This year, we are also on that same program trying to solicit funds to continue that program for girls to go to school. But we are here today to talk about a particular topic. We are here today to talk about a very popular topic that people usually wrongly carry around. When you hear TRC, last night we had a discussion with one community. I asked the people, when you hear TRC, what is it that you remember? Or what is it that you know? They say, when we hear TRC, we hear say they come here everybody to quote all the people who fought the war. I say, really? They say, yes, so that's what TRC means. But you know, TRC, when they had the Accra Peace Accord, they decided that all the other countries that had war, they decided to set up tribunal to go to the World Crime Court, which our other president, former President Charles Taylor, is now serving his term for his crimes he committed in Sierra Leone, because Sierra Leone called for a tribunal, but Liberia called for a reconciliation. The first thing they did was to gathered the ex-combatants, disarmed them, provided them with fundings, and also provided them with skills training. After that, they decided that they will have this Truth and Reconciliation Committee. At this committee, we will call people that were involved in the war and investigate. After the investigation, we'll come up with findings. And these findings will be recommendations that Liberia will use to push on as a country. By the grace of God, 2009, they were able to complete their findings. They came up with recommendations report. But our leaders do not talk about these recommendations. They only talk it halfway. They talk about the portion that talks about the court, which is also important based on the way we carry things. So today I will be talking on the 3 steps of the recommendation. The recommendation is built in a very huge volume. People do not read the recommendations. They only come up with points that merely the politicians preach about the crime, about the war crime code. But there are benefits in the TRC recommendations that support women empowerment, that support free education. The first part of the TRC recommendation is talk about reparation. Each time I go on the radio, I love to define that word. Reparation means that I kill your man, I kill your pa, I kill your husband as a young woman, or I dislocated you from your parents. But now I have come to say, I'm sorry for all that I did to you. I bring you money to say sorry with it. I will pay you for all the wrong I did. In the TRC recommendation, there's a portion that talks about giving the Liberian people, because more than 200,000 people died during the war. And we cannot blame one side because everybody contributed to the war. This war was fight because of greed, political differences, cultural differences, injustice, social imbalances. Because of that, we fought this war. And because of that, we decided that we should have reconciliation. But now, we don't preach this talk. We only say it one-sided. So because of all these things, we say we'll do reparation. With this, the government of Liberia is responsible over the period of 30 years to make sure every Liberian, especially women and children that were mostly affected by the war, for them to benefit 500 million within a period of 30 years. And this money will be allocated through free education, healthcare services, loan scheme for women, and other benefits that will benefit women. So Women Empowerment Forum was given this project, and our project is entitled Enhancing Women Meaningful Participation in National Advocacy for the Establishment of War Crime Code. We want to raise the voice of women. We want to allow the women to speak out about how they felt about this war. How did the war affect them? Because of this benefit that they're supposed to get, we want to know whether the TRC report is what is the best solution for them, according to the terms of reparation. One of it talks about the Memorial Day. We usually celebrate the Decoration Day. The TRC recommended that we change the name of that day to Memorial Day, remembering all those that died. We should also go and locate the body of all our presidents that died. President Toba that were murdered, President Doe that were murdered. We relocate them and give them an honorable burial site. We have not said anything about that. We leave all and say different things. The TRC recommendation also recommended the Peace Heart Program. Under the Peace Heart Program, we are going to gather the traditional leaders, wherein they will come and judge cases or judge disputes between towns, between people. But we don't hear all these things. We only hear one side of it. This one side is the one that we hear all the time, because it's like something that is making people afraid. So for that reason, people would not want to sign the petition to bring war crime code. Why war crime code is coming? War crime code is coming because we do not want to hear to the Palaver program. Palaver program say if you commit a crime and grow remorse, the word remorse, it means you sorry for what you did and you want to be forgiven. That is the meaning of remorse. So if you express remorse, you will be forgiven on the Palaver. But there's nobody that wants to even establish it. Even the government is not taking responsibility in these things. So for that reason, Liberia is the way it is. Like I had an interview the other day after our capacity building training. I talked about wherein if we do not appease the dead, Liberia might not even develop. We will fight, but we got to appease these people that die. According to the TRC report and recommendation report, we need to build these monuments that were recommended. We need to have their Memorial Day. We remember all these people. We need to have the Peace Hub activity. These are all the things that we need to do as a nation that will be developed. So this project was given to us that
why are you checking for that? I just want to ask you. People say the war crime code will not come. And you talking about that. I really want to find out whether this war crime code will come or it will not come.
War crime code is dependent upon us. What is it we want? This project, we are gathering signature to ask people, especially women. We are gathering signature to ask women because women are the ones that were mostly affected, and the recommendations that were made were mostly made in favor of women. So for that reason, we have come to gather signature to ask the women, what is it you want? Is it that you want war crime code because the people do not have remorse, or you want another thing? So for that reason, we have the petition what will allow people to sign. Then it will be established that there will be a war crime code. The United Nations have already prepared funding to establish the war crime code because that was the last portion of the TRC recommendation. They gave 3 points. And one was what I talked about, the reparation, the Palaver approach, and the third one is the war crime code and program. But still, all these things can be brought down to one thing if we all grow remorse and decide to reconcile. But if you stand up and say what I did it for a reason, it means you have not even forgiven yourself. So for that reason, these people that committed hideous crime, the crime against humanity, especially the killing of journalists, international people, these are the people that the war crime code is coming from. And one other good thing, there were young people that were put into this war. We heard about the child soldiers. There was a name that they used to call them, but I have forgotten the name. These child soldiers would not be judged because they were doing it under duress and they were underage, according to the recommendation report. According to the recommendation report, they would not be asked. They would not be judged. I think I left the paper back. So we have the let's say the petition here. We are going to leave a copy here with you. Those that support, those that do not have remorse, women that were harmed, and you feel that it's important that these people that harm you be judged, sign the petition. If you feel that it's not right to be signed, then you leave it alone. But it will be right if it's signed that we Liberians will have peace we feel we're having peace. But you see, even when we do development, it don't even last. Like I was driving on the road to Lokington. Early when President Salif in power, and she built that road with cement. You go Grand there, President Doe built a road there with cement. And that road is still intact. The road President Salif built in Lokington, it has all, the road is now broken into pieces. And it's the same kind of cement I believe they use. This development not lasting. I believe these are things that are happening because we have not had peace ourselves properly. Let us adhere to the TRC recommendations that Liberia will be totally free. This recommendation, let us push for it, especially with CSO, the government of Liberia. We push that all of the recommendations that were in the TRC recommendation report be implemented, that Liberia will receive their peace. So that's it there.
Okay. So you're going to do a copy of this document here?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you spoke about collecting signatures. How is it be that somebody will say, that people they bring without born in only that all they will come who be looking for all they say, oh, like they may make it the bring it in.
No, it won't be that way. They are only gathering people verses. Because your signature is like you saying, I agree to this thing. And before we came here, everywhere we went in the Maya, people were receptive. Because when they hear about all the recommendations, they prefer that these things be implemented. So everybody was receptive and they have been signing. We have a lot of copies where people are signed. Last night, the community engagement we had, a lot of people signed on it too. So I think the Liberian people know what they want. But what I see, Liberians have been misled about the TRC recommendation. Okay. They are not understood it. So when you explain to them that the TRC report brings a lot of benefit for women and children, they say, but we never knew these things. I myself sitting here, with my level of education, I have never read the TRC recommendation. Till I got the project. I have never read it.
So thank God that you provided clarity, because some people have been actually thinking that this issue about the TRC is meant to target a special group of people. They say they actually bring it for the mayor. Like the mayor, they want to catch it so they can carry the mayor. That's what can be thinking.
No, that is not what I mean. Although there were people like in the report, they talk about certain government officials to not serve government for within 30 years period. These are special people that were targeted. But it's not targeting everybody that fought the war. Some of the people that exhort these things say, they're not even targeting them. But by the time they talk about TRC, they get offended. By the time they talk about TRC, they get offended. Some of these things are not even... There was a stakeholder I talked to the other day, and he was bold to tell me. He said to me, and Madam, I do not believe in this TRC thing you're talking. Because I believe when there's a war crime court, they will open new wounds. And I told him no. Like the other day, I went to the police station and there was a crime committed against one man. The man tried to get the police to go with him to where the incident took place. And the police told him, you got to charter the motorbike. And not only one motorbike you carry, because we got to carry about 4 police. We got to carry about 4 police with us. So for that reason, charter the motorbike for us to go. Where did that man get money from the charter motorbike? So for that reason, that person that committed that crime against that man will be set free because he do not have money. All the cases in Nimba, the rape cases, the domestic violence cases, if they happen around Sanibody area, those cases are solved easily. But imagine if it happened in Tapeta. We had a case there with a statutory rape. We were going back and forth on that case because we never had the money to transport the perpetrator to Sanikori. Imagine the distance from Sanikori, Tapeta to Sanikori. The motorbike driver charging us $12,000. And our organization do not even have that money to be able to transport the perpetrator. For that reason, the perpetrator remain in the community. We're saying that we don't want war crime code because it will open new wounds. If you do not allow these people that have harmed people in the communities, if you do not allow them or provide the opportunities or the resources for them to be tried, those victims that we are also creating can become perpetrators tomorrow. It's possible. People abuse people or people harm people because of reasons. Number one, they feel they got power over them, so they want to harm them. They feel they have control over them, so they want to harm them. They feel that that person is less important. So making them less important, they harm them and make them to be in subjection. So if a perpetrator commits a crime, he needs to be counseled, number one. One of his counseling process is to go to court first. To go to jail first. When you sit in jail all by yourself, you start to retrospect. You will think about what you have done. If you're somebody with a good heart, you become remorseful and ask for forgiveness.
Okay, so how many, because you spoke about signature collection, how many thousand signatures you're looking for, and who are those that are supposed to sign, for example?
Okay, thank you for that question. On our program, like I gave you the title of the program, Enhancing Women Meaningful Participation in National Advocacy for Accountability for the War Crime Code. In this program, we are gathering the voices of women. These are the things we are going to do. In Nimba County, we have the responsibility to work with 3 women groups or women CBOs, women-related CBOs. We went to go the other day to do our community entry, and we had a radio show there also. We were able to meet with some stakeholders. We have the responsibility under this program to meet with 241 stakeholders, just introducing the topic to them that they will be in the know of it.
So only women can sign the paper, or men too can sign?
Men can sign, women can sign. So we are responsible to gather the stakeholder signature. Then, the stakeholders is to inform them of this project, their targets.
That you are coming in a community.
Yeah, that will come in their community. They should know that we are doing this.
So as we talking now, me I want to talk to the people can get Google. They will not start now. You talking a day. People will not start signing the paper now.
Long time ago.
People started already.
Yeah.
So people who have all when they want sign, where they can go to sign, get any special place that maybe they want sign, they can go. Or you be going to the community there to talk to them, then they can sign.
Yeah. Like I said, I will leave one copy with you. So one of the places that they can sign will be at Radio Kergarmah. I feel like woman, so I will say
We got roughly 4 more minutes. We'd like to say thank you. You've been following this special interview here on Kergarmah, and she is Madam Laura Kiekpo, the Executive Director for Women Empowerment Forum. She actually been talking about the TRC recommendation for Ghana 2003 on the implementation of the Juvenile Reconciliation Commission on the establishment of the War and Economic Crime Code in Liberia. She is talking about collection of signatures. So they are in Nimba, and she said she's going to leave a copy of that here. Thank you so much, Madam. Is there anything you would like to say, because we got 3 minutes to go?
Okay. I was trying to say something, I didn't end it, so let me just end it quick. We are also responsible to gather in Nimba County. This project is a 5-month project. And this project is in Nimba. This project is in Bomi. It's in Bon County. This project is in Grand Bassa County. In Lofa County. 5 counties. Actually. So we are responsible, we that are in Nimba, we are responsible to gather 71,000 signatures. So that's what we need. So we'll be going around asking people to sign. I'm going to leave a copy here. I will also look for other locations. Like there's a photo studio, that photo studio printing place that I've been doing the printing. I will ask the lady whether I can leave one there. We're supposed to be working with concerned women.
Okay.
Because it's a women group too. So when we set up the structure with them, we'll also leave a copy there. So if you have interest, you can go there and sign.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much again. Who been talking to the people?
I'm Laura B. Kiekpo. I'm the Executive Director of Women Empowerment Forum. I'm also the Treasurer on the Board of Directors for WONGOSOL. WONGOSOL is the Women NGO Secretary Network. And I'm also a member of the Women Human Rights Defenders. I'm a member of the steering committee. So I'm into this human rights all in my soul. So my wish is to end all forms of violence against women and children. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I'm so grateful.
She is the Executive Director for Women Empowerment Forum. There, Madame Laura B. Kiekpo, talking about collecting of 71,000 signatures across Nimba County. So women is not only women, she also said men can sign that particular document. So she said we're going to be working with the concerned women group here in Ganta City, Nimba County. My name is Jan from Junior. I've been on this interview. We'd like to say bye-bye.
Thank you.
Lord, you are the master.